Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox. You're on a panel this evening as the one and only Bridgeman, and we could be joined with Fox. Some things he could not, but he might be with us shortly. Evening, Bridge. How we doing, Motherfucker?
Oh, evening, Oxjer, to you. Excuse me. Huge big good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world.
Watch that smoke in your eyes, Bridge. Watch that smoke.
What's that, bud?
Watch that smoke.
Fox is on fire. How can I just say a big good evening to yourself? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans all over the world listening in here. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
All right, I take it's a happy Bridgeman, you're right?
Very much so.
Bridgeman, would that be the...
That's the word, yes, that's the word, yes.
Yeah.
Aye, absolutely.
Oh, that's good, mate. And what's your thinking overall? How did you see it? A view from the bridge.
A wee view from the bridge for tonight.
Which is going to be a feature in the Rangers Radio going forward this year. But what was the view for the bridge this evening?
Well, I think our team, most of them on the park, did everything they could. It was a tough first half for them, settling in and strange pitch as well. Weather was a bit iffy as well from a wind perspective, and the heat must have been quite incredible. But well done to them. They sort of did a holding effort in the first half. They had very few sort of forays into our penalty area, but in they came their way. The defence and between the defence and the goalkeeper, they managed to get everything away. I thought we had a couple of shots in the first half that were, to me, they could have scored, but they made chances. The ball was past the post a few times, and you started to see, getting close to half time, you started to see them sort of getting a wee bit of a grip of the ball and a grip of the game. In the second half, they just absolutely coasted it. And it was 4-0, 5-0, whatever it was. It could have been double that. That's what I thought. Yeah, very pleased to see Morelos getting a goal. Really, really pleased for him.
I thought we were. I don't want to say we were poor, but let's just say some of our passing in the first half was sloppy, Bridge. Would that be fair? It was a bit slow and a bit inaccurate, and then.
I think they were. I really do think they were trying to get a grip of it. Shall we say how to play the ball on that pitch? Because the pitch tended to slow the ball down. So you do a 4 or 5 yard pass, trying to put it right to the guy's feet, and it wasn't getting there. And sometimes you overcompensated. You saw that with Barisic, chipping some balls in or pushing some balls in, and the ball just flew off that grass, just flew off, and it was miles out. But the second half, it was a completely different game. The weather changed for the Rangers. It was going a different way. To me, it looked really, really good. I thought our defence held everything out really well. Thought the midfield were tremendous. Did a lot of work. Don't get me wrong, we could have been a lot better, but I thought they did very well. And of course, the goals. Just really good goals. I'm not being funny. Just really, really good goals for us.
We'll talk about the first one, Bridge. Barisic across, I think the wind caught it a wee bit, helped it towards Ryan Jack, and an excellent finish.
Yeah, indeed. Like side foot, up on the volley, side foot, fantastic. Real good class. I think he's a smashing player, I really do.
And then Ojo would get a repeater, the second goal would get a repeater, his goal on Sunday, mate.
Yeah. Well, what can you say? The boy, he oozes a bit of quality, isn't he? He's got real quality, that boy. Look, we're trying to not take too much away from him, to make too much of it. These guys who were playing against are part-time players. They're no star-studded in any way, shape or form. But as the game went on, you could see Rangers rising up to it. And, as I say, it was like 4 or 5, could have been 10 easily. If it had been 10, nobody would have bothered. Because we'd run them into the ground in the second half. And the young lad, Ojo, had an absolute star of a performance, to be honest. Really good player.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that skill, Bridge. It's not a new skill. I mean, nothing's new in football, but with a modern boy, you can bend it round that wee bit that you couldn't have done when you played with old Tomlinson T-boy,
But so true.
It's true, mate. I mean, you couldn't do that, but you can do with the modern boys. You start it in a yard in such a small distance and bend it back in. And what it does, Bridge, it takes the goalie out.
Absolutely.
The goalie can't reach it, mate. It's simple as that.
I actually love watching them taking free kicks. It's the guys that can take them. I thought the Barisic goal, although I think Goldson put a claim in for it, but really and truly, that was just
that was a highlight of the game for me. Goldson's miss after Morelos' goal.
That was incredible, wasn't it? You just couldn't believe that happening. But no, it was really.
You have a nice victory like that. That's the first thing you mention. You're back in the changing room, innit?
Absolutely, bud. Absolutely.
You know. Anyway, Bridge, if people want to join us, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Mulbucker?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online. And if they've been there before, they should just come straight through. If not, then Fox and our Old School Blue will look after them and bring them in and have a good night.
Mm-hmm. Well, it'd be good to hear people's thoughts on the night. I'll give you my thoughts, but it's just simply 5 out of 10 first half and maybe 7.5 out of 10 second half. We're still at second gear and there's more to come, which I'm looking forward to seeing. We're building up. Anyway, we'll be joined by caller right away. Evening, caller. How we doing?
Good evening, Oxford. There's Dutchy here.
How we doing, Dutchy, mate?
How you doing, mate? All right?
All right, mate. What's on your mind, mate? How did the garden party go with?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, that was entirely my wife's on. It wasn't mine, and I was just the hanger-on. You know, I was just towed along to the party. It was fantastic. It was a very warm day. I was wearing full Highland dress, and it was rather warm. You know,
is there any truth in the rumour about Her Majesty asked how Bridgeman was doing?
Absolutely, yeah. They asked me if I knew him, and I says absolutely. And she says that she's a loyal listener to the show, and every night she thoroughly enjoys hearing the national anthem at the end of the show.
You're a shocker, by the way.
I believe that sometimes she misses it, but Philip never misses. That's my understanding, mate.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, Dutchy?
Well, firstly, I thoroughly enjoyed the match in Gibraltar. I would love to have been there because it looked a super day when it was raining here most of the day in the Highlands, and probably the same in the Central Belt. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was nice to see the new players together. And you were saying earlier on that you didn't think it was a very good first half. I didn't see all of the first half because I was travelling home from work. But yeah, from what I saw, it was kind of painful. I thought, well, is this going to be? Is there going to be any goals? It was 0-0 at half time. But then, of course, they seem to gel more, and I think that's what it's all about. It's a brand new team with some old ones, of course, some ones from the last season. But there are a lot of new players. It wasn't the heat. It wasn't a plastic pitch, as Bridgman pointed out earlier on. So you kind of can accept that and expect that. I like to think that at Ibrox next week is going to be a completely new game, a completely different ball game. Pardon the pun. However, the other thing that was on my mind is that we're talking about potentially 10 games before any of the SPL matches. You know, you've got potentially 6 European matches, 4 friendlies, that being the Oxford one that's passed now, the Marseille one is it Sunday, Blackburn and Derby. So that's 10 matches before any SPL or Cup matches. Now, are we going to make the same mistake as we did last year, that we have a tired squad before we even start the bread and butter games of the SPL and Cup games? I don't know. I know it's to bring in money.
Well, I don't know if it will bring in the revenue they think. I don't think they'll get the but obviously the Bury game was full last year, and I think that was because it was Steven Gerrard's first game, you know.
Sure.
Well, pretty much full, but I think they have to arrange the friendlies in case we don't get the qualifiers in Europe, mate. Yeah?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I
just
suppose
in case we don't get them. But what I will say is I think you'll see a lot of rotation in the squad. For example, you might not see Stephen Davis playing next Thursday at all now, yeah?
Yeah.
And I think if that was to happen, we would all understand it if you kept him and maybe gave him half an hour in the next friendly and then he's fresh to play in the next round, tie the following week. Yeah. That's the way I'm seeing it. Bridge, thoughts, mate?
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Look, there's certain players you're going to kind of wrap in cotton wool. Obviously, you're not going to no play them for no particular reason. You're going to no play them because you want to keep them fresh, as you say, and during this long sort of gap between league games but the other games are quite fast and furious. Like every week you're going to play 2 games to all intents and purposes. That's the way it feels anyway. I think that it'll be absolutely crucial. People like Davis, Arfield, Morelos, these people, Defoe, they all need that we put them on for a half and see how they go on. And if they're okay, we'll let them run for an hour, quarter an hour, and then take them off and bring someone else on. That kind of thing. Nurse them through it. Wrap them in cotton wool, as I like to say, because they need it. We're going to need all these cracking players. I thought Stephen Davis had a tremendous run today. Absolutely tremendous run. Super duper.
Intelligent player. I think we're going to have to be sensible. There might be different teams you're going to see. Again, I think the boy Edmondson might play next Thursday, mate. Make his European debut, and that'll allow you to rest the 2 centre halves, or give them a half each, or even the boy Mayo might come in. Andy Halliday might play at left back, for instance. Polster might start at right back. And I'm using these things as an example, Dutchie,
Yeah, but would you not say, though, that last year it was getting to the stage maybe we were too successful, that there were too many games played, and that the players were getting clearly tired, and that I don't know. Obviously, we've had so many discussions in the past few months that so many people on our forum are saying that the league is more important than European games. But yeah, I also agree with the fact that European games brings in big money as well, because and that's what the club needs to get back to its former glory. I mean that's very important as well, of course, and we need to pay off debt, and we need to improve Ibrox Stadium and that sort of thing. I mean, Bridgman was talking the other day about, was it yesterday or I think it was, about bad reception on the phone at Ibrox. Well, surely that can be improved as well. I'm sure that there could be something arranged with one of the. Yeah, that's right. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Get that right. That's an asset, because when some of the big stadiums down south, when you get into proximity of their stadium, you catch their Wi-Fi, but they're bombarding you with messages, so it pays for itself with the adverts,
Sure. It's a form of marketing.
Dutchie, can I just say that the last general meeting at AGM, it was brought up, and the secretary said that they obviously apologised for the to-do about the Wi-Fi within Ibrox, and I think they've shut it down from a Wi-Fi perspective. And what they were saying was they're going to put some investment in, or they plan to put some investment in to bring 4G around about the stadium, so you can get the full 4G stuff. It might even be 5G by the time it comes in, So I think that's the way they're going. They're not going to bring anything in and say that Ibrox is going to have its own Wi-Fi. I think they're going to use the general area, and they're going to, whatever it be, they're going to pay BT or whoever it is, it'll come in and install it next to or in key parts of the stadium.
For anybody who wants any reception, it's Bridgeman 6, and you can just hotspot off a Bridges phone, and you get a great reception.
Love it.
I think we should have at least some Wi-Fi in the bistro.
Oh yes. Well, we're looking to improve the bistro this season. Bridges got some plans afoot.
Some seating and some barbecue. JFK
just the company he's talking about.
maybe JFK can bring along his good lady to fry us some eggs and bacon.
I don't think any lady in the world's talking to JFK at the moment. I spoke to him today, and I was
wow.
The hate mail he's getting off the woman is just unbelievable. But to be fair, he got that before last night. You know what I mean?
I thought that was hilarious last night.
I was trying to explain to my wife that he's not really.
No, he was
not really a bad man. He's not really that the more I actually tried to explain to her, the worse I felt, because there's absolutely no way you can excuse it.
I think he was kidding on half the time, to be
Oh,
honest.
he's a lover of all things in the female form as well, JFK.
Well, I'll tell you this: I was very proud to watch the Dutch team on Sunday, and I was disappointed that they didn't win. Yes, there were times that you think maybe that could have been done better, but hey, they were playing a very mean game, and I was just disappointed that the USA won again. You know, that's 3 times our men were in the World Cup final, and now once the women. So surely one of these days we're going to win the World Cup.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway, guys, I have to go because I'm actually working tonight. So I just thought I'd call it. I will listen to the show anyway. But thanks very much.
Cheers,
very much for letting me
remember
speak.
Tell Queen Elizabeth me Bridge were asking for her next time you see her. Yeah,
that'll be the next time.
All right. Okay.
Okay then, guys. Cheers. Now.
Cheers, Dutchie.
Bye. Bye.
We've also been joined by Stardog. Evening, Stardog. Oh, come on, Stardog. Bridgeman,
Evening, guys.
How we doing, mate?
How you doing? Not bad, mate. Not bad. How's yourselves? Are you alright?
All right, mate. I scored the game 5 out of 10 first half, 7 1/4 second half. What was your thoughts, mate?
I'd agree with that, Ox. I think we were a bit slow first half. We're just kind of getting a feel for the pitch, feel for the game and things like that. I think second half after the first goal, we just kind of kicked on. We rattled in there 3 in after that, and then it kind of calmed down again the last 5 minutes again. So I would 100% agree with that, mate. I wouldn't take too much with it, but I mean there was some decent performances, mate. I mean it's better going out there and getting the 4 goals and coming away with a 1-0 or a 0-0 or whatever. So I'm just glad to get the result, and I'm 100% agreeing with you. Like I said, Munson, that I'd like to see the boys. It's a nice position to be in, isn't it? Really, we can that ties really over and done.
A total pre-season game, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to see maybe Aribo starting to the Davis next week, and maybe Katic and Edmundson at the back, Guy Golson because he played a lot of games last season as well. So we need to be careful with these boys next year, because I mean these are solid contenders for. Well, Golson starts for me every single week, mate. So when ties are deed and buried like that, he needs to be rested. We can't be playing him every single game like we did last season. So I'm 100% agreeing with you when you say that, Ox. But Shea Ojo again, that's 3 and 4, I make it. I know there are pre-season friendlies and things like that, but
well, that was a competitive game today. Similar goal again, mate.
He's racking up the goals. I mean, I tell you, this is what to watch out for. He just makes that corner look easy, and you can see it. He's tried it 4 or 5 times in the game, but I mean, if he was to pull that off once every single game for me, even one every 2 games, that would do for me. I'm expecting at least 10 goals for him this season for the right hand side.
I was really upset when Ojo got booked. I thought that was quite a good tackle he put in to got the ball.
See, I like that, Bridge. I like that, losing the ball. And I mean, it's something Ryan Kent lost the ball a lot last year, but he never really had that desire to go back and win the ball back like that. And I mean, I like that.
I'm going to disagree with you there, Startup. I do like that attitude that you've got to play the match, and at that time you just let it go and you don't give the referee a decision to make.
No, I understand exactly what you mean there, Rox. I mean, he didn't have to take the yellow card there. I mean, he might miss the game next week now as well. I don't know, but I 100% agree with what you're saying there, mate. But it's just, I mean, he won the ball. It's just he follows through in the man, mate. I know what you're saying. You can't say that.
I don't even think it was a foul, mate.
Aye.
What I'm saying is you play the match and you chase them and you don't put the tackle in.
Well, what about that tackle that he received? I know your thoughts on it, Ox, but I thought, Bridge, what was your thoughts on that tackle he received just
Red
before?
Card.
Thank you.
Red card.
Thank you.
That was assault.
That was
mate.
Assault.
That was assault. You've seen that. I saw that against us in a number of games at Ibrox, where the player was never ever played the ball, nowhere near.
Was that the one in the first half you're talking about, Stardog, when he was sort of down the left hand side? When he
broke by 2 players, and then the third player the ball was away, mate. He kicked him, and it was above the knee.
Absolutely bluttered them.
Aye.
And that, I think,
that should have been a red card. Of tackle they called that when I was playing Stardog.
A dirty one.
I understand that, mate. You're talking about today's referees. I mean, for him to only give a yellow card for that, I would love. Let's see if Morelos had made that tackle. I'm not want to go down that road. I'm just saying.
I don't think just a medal.
You got my message.
I think if any of
I got your message, Ox. I got your message.
I heard that. Don't worry about it. And we'll get our own back them. I think, to be honest with you, if that had been a Rangers player who did that particular act, that was deliberate and that was assault.
It was a deliberate assault.
So as far as I'm concerned, he never went for the ball. He took the man out with a side swipe at him and a big swipe. So he should have saw red.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed the referee never done it. What's the referee go? What's the matter with you? Why are you protecting that, Looney? He's only going to go and do a similar thing again. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. What do you make of his all-round football, though, Locks? Ojo's, he likes to get the ball, he likes to make things happen on the inside as well, doesn't he? He's quite a clever player. He's quite comfortable.
I wasn't enamoured first half, but to be fair, I don't think we were great. And I'll put it down to the time of the season, the pitch, and whatever. I was pretty confident we were going to go and win the game comfortably, which we did, because it always looked that way. But you're always thinking, get the goal and everybody can relax. Like the rest of us, I thought he was ring rusty in the first half, but then the second half, he came alive, and we can play a player in a different position if he's going to play there and Tav's going to play there. We don't need three players down there. Because the way they two can cover the ground gives us other options, and he's got the shot that I think he had a defender in the second half, mate, showed that he's got it coming from the other side as well.
He's not afraid to shoot at all for anywhere. I just think I'm agreeing with you again, mate. I think it's early on in the season. I think they've still got to sharpen their tools, Ojo and things like that. So he's still to get sharper.
But what's good for the boys' confidence? He scored 2 good goals in 2 good games, Bridgman.
Absolutely. I mean, and was unlucky. He could score 2 or 3 tonight, to be honest, or today.
Wasn't he as unlucky as big Goldson? What a miss that was.
Wow. I'll tell you what, see Goldson, see the first half, I was actually worried for him. I was worried for the other team because we couldn't seem to score a goal, but I was a bit worried for him, and I thought, I wonder if he's actually worried for himself. I wonder if these things tense him up a wee bit, Maybe he's not quite relaxed. But in the second half, he came on to so he started winning the ball. It shows you that other players must have been feeling the same thing, building their confidence.
So if people want to join us, give us their thoughts. What's the number? Start, Doug?
It's 0141. Is it 356 1972?
Well done, mate. Top of the class.
Booyah!
Leave your book, you'll not be long.
The Wayne's telling him the number.
And we can talk about
Where else can they join us, Brett?
And they can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online. And if they've been in before, they'll come straight through. If they haven't, then Fox and or Old School Blue will look after them, bring them in, and enjoy yourself.
Always good to hear other people's thoughts. A good pluses, Ryan Jack. That was a cracking finish, Starbuck.
It's a good finish, mate. And I mean, I had him doing as main kind of squad player for this year, but I would like to see him adding to his game and getting into that box like that and grabbing himself a couple of goals, mate, because he's no... I mean, he's still at 26, just turning 27, so he's still got plenty of time to adapt and to move up to the next level. And if he can keep getting himself into the box and nicking a wee goal here or there, I'd be delighted with that, because, I mean, he's got all the tools to play in midfield for us. So he does. Before the season started, I just thought with Aribo and Arfield and things like that, Ken Jack was kind of struggle because he's not got the technical qualities. But, I mean, if he keeps banging in a wee goal here and there, I'd be delighted with Ryan Jack to stay in the team, because I really do like him as a player.
Quality. I reckon he's a quality player.
And I'll tell you what else, man. I'm actually starting to sway towards Barisic now. That's an assist and a goal tonight, so it's looking positive for Big Borna Bear and all.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, pal, Barisic, like the rest of the team, I think they were finding it quite difficult at times to control the ball properly on the pitch. Because number one, it was a brand new pitch, and number two, it was a plastic one. Or a version of it. But seriously, the wind was blowing as well, so sometimes when you try to do your wee nicer things, just a wee touch in the top of the shoe, and it'll just go that 5 yards. Doesn't it get there? It swings that flat. So I think Barisic suffered a wee bit initially. You saw some of his passes were going wildly over, miles over, way past what anybody. But in the second half, like everybody else, he calmed down. He started playing. You could see somewhere. I think he's a brilliant player. I really do. Really
I don't like overboard. I don't like it too high, too low with players' performances the first 2 games of the season. I didn't think it was great, but after we're sitting there 3-0 up, somebody turned to me and said, "Look, Barisic, he made the first goal and scored the third one, and
Absolutely.
you can't take that away from him." So, we've been joined by Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy. How we doing, mate?
Then, gents, how we doing? How's it going?
All right, mate. I thought you might have been at the barbecue at Fox's, but there you go.
I missed that. I never got an invite.
All right. Well, there was loads there, mate. Loads. Wonderbridge.
You Polish
bistro. At the bistro. Absolutely, there's loads,
No.
yeah.
What are you saying, Rudy?
Did you polish at any off then, Ox?
No, I never get invited, mate. He only invited his friends.
You got friends?
Aye, loads of them.
That'll be why I wasn't there then.
Come on, Rudy, the most important question of the night. Everybody's waiting to hear it. What do you have for your dinner tonight?
Pork chops and a big pile of mash. It was lovely.
What a beauty.
Any gravy,
What a
Rudy?
beauty.
Oh, there's always gravy with mash spud. You got to have gravy at the top of the Ox, you know. Just kind of tops it off, doesn't it? Really, a
Wee
big
bit English mustard in that?
just a wee bit, wee touch. Mrs. is not too keen on it, but I like it, so she puts a wee bit on there for me, aye.
You're really well looked after.
Oh, man, she knows when her bread's buttered, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what happens when you're married to a sex god. He gets looked after.
That's very kind of you, Ox, thanks.
You can use that one, Rudy. You can tell her that. See what she says to you. Once she stops laughing, you can let us know it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, say that. I'm not saying it if it's Ox. I'm still saying that.
So, give your thoughts on the game, mate.
I think the game went first half is pretty much how I thought it would go, Ox. I thought it would be a kind of sticky start. You know, you've got some new players in there, haven't you? You know, boys have just come back for pre-season in Portugal, and it's almost like this at the beginning, you know. I thought, you know, the weather didn't help, you know, the high temperature, you know, seemed quite windy as well, according to the commentators and that, you know, there was a fair bit of wind kicking about. They hadn't watered the plastic pitch either, apparently, you know, so you're kind of trying to play in a sticky pitch, you know, you're playing with new players, trying to form new partnerships and stuff like that. I thought to be honest, I thought the first half was pretty forgettable, if I have to be honest about it. I don't really think anybody clicked properly in the first half. So I was sitting at half time kind of texting my mate, and you know, and we were saying, well, let's hope we get a couple in the second half, and that's what transpired. You know, they seem to get their act together in the second half. You know, I don't know. Well, maybe that was them doing tired, maybe a wee bit. I heard in the commentary that I think their average age is 28 or something like that. I'm sure that's what they said. So, I don't know, you know, high temperature, sticky pitch, hadn't been watered, plastic pitch, all that kind of stuff, you know, first proper competitive match. We can't complain though. I said to you last night, Ox, I'd be happy with a 3-0. We come back to Ibrox and the tie's already over as far as I'm concerned. So, we got the 4-0 win. Good enough. You know,
we're a tough crowd, Rudy, you know.
I know.
We're a tough crowd, you know, but obviously we've got to critique. We can't say we played well on the first half when we never, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. You're right, Ox. We didn't play well at all in the first half, you know. I was kind of hoping by half time we'd have a couple of goals by then at the start of the game. I was texting my mate, I say 2-0 by half time, you know, by 90 minutes. You know, but it didn't turn out that way. But as you say, we didn't play very well at all in that first half. But we got our act together in the second. And literally the tie's done. Now you're talking about resting players already, you know, and that's a great thing, Ox. We can come back now next week when we go to play the second leg. You know, you can give the boys that never got a go of the day, and never got a run at the day. You can get them in there, you know. I think Starbuck was just saying that Goldton's played a lot of football for us last season. He's probably went through a tough pre-season as well, you know. So maybe we could, you know, give the boys like that a wee bit of a rest. You know, I'd start Alfie for the start next week as well. Let Defoe maybe just sit the game out next week. He's won, so we can do that now, you know. But 4-0 overall away in Europe. Can't complain, really, Ox.
That's true. So, I mean, I was chatting to Fox before the show, and he was saying that he thought we were patient in the first half, and all right, I'll accept that. But I still thought some of our passing was a bit awry and a bit short, Stardog.
Aye, I think we were just getting a feel for the game. I mean, the first couple of minutes we started kind of fast and things like that, and then it was just we retained the ball well and things like that, but it was just that final third. We couldn't make that killer's pass near as we could. And a point I wanted to make earlier is I don't want to take too much to that one game, but like just on what Jordan Jones was doing, I need this. Like, he needs to relax a bit, if that makes any sense. He doesn't need to take on 2 and 3 foot and going mad sprints every time he gets the ball. I just don't want him doing. I can't remember who it was you were talking about the other night there, Rox. Maybe it was Greg Docherty when he first signed for us. He was trying too hard. Jordan Jones just needs to relax a wee bit because his time will come, and I mean he's going to get plenty of the ball and things like that way. So just on that, mate, on the first half, because I noticed him. If MD was trying a bit too hard in the first half, it was Jordan Jones. So that's my opinion on him, mate. But I definitely just 10 to 25 minutes to feel out the game. And then we started to get the attacks going, and it takes us a wee while to get a goal, obviously, in the second half. But overall, I'm pleased with the result, mate. As you say, get the players rested now. Morelos can start to get some game time under his belt. Defoe can rest. Olsen can rest. Get Edmondson some game time and things like that. So it's looking positive for us.
That's the manager's call, Rudy, isn't it? Forward.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've got a big enough squad now, so you know that we could probably afford to rest most of the players that played today, and and there's plenty sitting there, on the fringes and the 11 that never played today, the bench that sat there today and stuff. Yeah, so it's the manager's call. He'll look at next week. He'll look at what's coming up. I reckon the 2 friendly games against Marseille, and that's going to be tough as well. I think they'll be fairly tough games because they're quality sides, So he'll look at the size of his squad and he'll use his squad. And he's already said that in his interview. There's players here that, like Daniel Candeias, for instance, who never travelled, he'll be chomping at the bit, I would imagine, to get on next week. Hopefully Daniel will be there next week and get a run. I like wee Daniel Candeias, Go to improving the final third for me, Candeias, definitely. But, I mean, his energy is just amazing at times. But as you say, it's the manager's shout. And Ryan Jack, for me, I thought Ryan Jack played really well, actually. I like the fact he got his goal. He's adding that to his game for me. Ryan Jack, he carried on from where he kind of left after last season. And you're pretty much seen that. I think the midfield, the day that Steven Gerrard will more or less go forward with until, obviously next week you're 4-0 up. You can afford to rest a few of them. Stephen Davis, for instance, sit Stephen Davis on the bench, or just leave him out completely next week, But it's a manager's shout, and I'm sure he will look at doing that with the size of the squad that he's got now.
Yeah, I can't. On you go, Bridge.
I was just going to say, I certainly can't disagree. I just sometimes I get back concerned when we start talking about rested people at this time of the season. It's just the thought process, Here we are, we've just come away from pre-season. We've got into the sort of first phase of friendlies and so on and so forth, and all of a sudden the European games are on us.
I wouldn't go with resting them then, Bridge. I would just go with maybe not overworking the players too early on in the season.
I was going to say, I wonder what we mean. Not that I'm complaining about resting them anyway, but I wonder what we mean by, give them a wee bit more time, because I think that Mr. Goldson needs games. I think he's at the stage now he actually needs to be playing 90 minutes. And I think that the second half he can write onto to me, he can write a really good game. He did get followed on, scored the goal, but unfortunately for him, the ball had already been over the line. But then he missed basically a huge sitter. But he's starting to get in there and be a threat, let's put it that way. And I think he really comes onto the game the more he plays. However, I could be wrong.
I just feel it would be a shame had we played him next week and he picks up an injury and it rules him out for a couple of months.
Oh,
it
yes,
puts us in a position where we have to go and get a centre back and things like that, mate. So, I mean, I think we need to learn from the likes of the United game last year when Morelos didn't really need to play. I think he's going to be wiser this year when it comes to games like this. And I mean, you're saying he needs 90 minutes. I believe that as well, Bridge, but I just think he needs to be in all the big games this year for us. And if that means we need to rest him when we're already winning 4-0 in aggregate in a tie, I'll settle for that, mate. I would just hate for anything to happen to any key players and it puts them out for a couple of months. And then, I mean, especially the centre backs, because Steven Gerrard and the club in a position where they now need to go out and find another centre back, and I believe we're already looking for one anyway. But then we would need to go and get two. So
I think
just on players like.
Can I just
One
say...
at a time, boys.
On you go, Bridge, on you go.
No, I was just going to say, it's as far as the centre half and the two centre halves and the goalkeeper, I think you've got to play them every week. In my honest opinion, you've got to play them every week as a unit.
We can't give them 10 games between now and the start of August.
I'm just going to say, you're building, that's your foundation for your team, and your full-backs are there as well. So if you need to watch what you're doing there, maybe the pairings. So if you said we're not going to play Goldson alongside Katic, or will we just drop Goldson and Katic and put the young boy in along with Edmondson? You know, that young boy that played there, the Lewis Mayo. So you could do that, but you just got to watch about splitting things up. I know it sounds stupid. I think we're a bit too soon to be talking like that anyway, but never mind. Sorry, Dardog. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, pal.
No, I was finished.
Rudy was coming in. On you go, Rudy.
It's not about resting players, though. That's not what it's about. Stardogs makes good points there. It's about just no burning players out. It's like you say, Docs, 10 games before August, you know. You have to look at that, and you have to look at the size of the squad. What's the use in having a big squad there if you're not going to make use of them? You know, there's some talented players who won't make the first 11, so they'll be on the bench. And even outside of that, you're still going to have players that can be used as well, especially in the scenario where we're going to be next week. We were 4-0 up. You know, they're possibly not even going to score a goal at Ibrox, you know, so I would imagine we'll add to that tally. So it's not really about resting players as such, Bridgeman. It's just a case, as Stardog says, just no burning players out when it's unnecessarily. I mean, the day the boy Ojo picked up a yellow card today, which in all honesty I thought was just silly considering the point of the game. We were 4-0 up at the time. It was a silly tackle to make. It just gave the referee a decision. Hopefully he'll have learned for that. They'll have said to him after the game today, you need to be a wee bit more careful with that, Ojo, son. You just need to, you know, you're 4-0 up. Didn't have to make the tackle. You know, it was kind of around about the edge of their 18-yard box as well, if I remember right. So for me, it was a daft tackle. It was a daft yellow card to pick up. It was unnecessary. And like in the second half, I was really impressed with him. You know, his energy, as Stardog's been telling us for God knows how long, how he hits that corner on a regular basis. Well, he done it again today. It was fantastic. It was a cracking goal, you know. But she just kind of blotted his copybook a wee bit for me. So there's one game. I'd leave him out next week, for instance. I'd just leave him out, you know, and go with some of the other forwards, like Candace, for instance, who didn't even travel, you know.
Anyway, we've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
How you doing, guys? Jim 115.
How are we doing, Jim?
How you doing, Jim?
No bad. Good marching day on Saturday there. I was listening to the comment there. I just hope we don't start making wholesale changes, by the way, in these games, because I think we'll all agree last year that's what it cost us, was the inconsistency. A Chopman changing, Golston, Katic, bringing in another one and playing him with Golston. Then near the end of the season, we got a bit more solid when they put the big Katic boy. I just hope we don't make wholesale changes, because I think we need to get that consistency just now, which will carry us forward.
Mm-hmm. I think if I'm being really honest with you, Jim, I think the guy will make these calls, and I think we even talked about it last year. I'll sometimes not be the manager. It's these sports scientists. They'll make the call, right? He can get an hour off an hour. You can play him. He needs a rest. His muscles. He's done so many miles. Blah blah blah. And that's how they'll make a decision who plays. It's ultimately our next 2 games now are bounce. Our next 3 games, am I right? Sunday, Thursday, and Sunday are up. Actually, just bounce games. They're only bounce games. You know, but I get your point. You want to get, and Bridge is always banging that drum. See what I've done there? About you need people building partnerships together and people playing together. I understand that, but I think you've got to look sometimes at the big picture and take miles out of somebody's legs. For instance, Stephen Davis, who I think could be the catalyst to us winning the league personally.
I thought he was phenomenal today again, by the way. I've seen a few people on Twitter talking about he could be the main man this season for us.
He's so intelligent, mate. He works so hard, and In fact, when Jack went off, I would have took Davis off just because of the score at the time and the game's done, you know. I just think he's somebody we have to be sensible with. Bridgman, any thoughts, mate?
No, I 100% agree. Davis is absolutely key and is going to be crucial as we go forward. And yes, we need to, because of his age, we need to sort of wrap him in cotton wool sometimes. And that will be the same for other players within there because the manager's got quite a big squad to pick from and some good quality players in there. So it gives giving everyone a chance. But Jimmy's right. It's about trying not to change too quick for change's sake. And for whatever reason, not to give somebody a rest or anything like that. But yeah, it's consistency. We need to build the consistency. And sometimes you've got to find the ones that are able to sort of slot straight in there and you don't even notice there's any change. That's probably the utopia that we're looking for, to be able to play any player anywhere on the pitch and they're experienced enough and they're confident enough to just mold straight in there. That's probably what our manager's hopeful for. I think the second half today showed that a lot of these players, you could have moved them around dead easy, no problem at all, anywhere on the pitch, and they could have slotted straight. And I thought so anyway. They're full of confidence, 2-0 up, 3-0 up. Well, they're not going to beat us. I think it's marvellous. I thought it was really, really good. And I just hope we can continue to get our games without losing any goals, because I just love it when we don't lose goals.
The big boy Ojo oozing with confidence, by the way, isn't he?
Oh, he's definitely got confidence. I think Stardog been spot on with he's the way he's described him, and also GFK. But they've watched him obviously on some of the Liverpool youth games, etc. And people have been talking about him, and he was banging on the door of the under. I don't know if it was the squad that won the World Cup or one of the ones that came close with England under 21. So the boy's got ability. I liked him, and I liked a wee cameo for Rubio as well. Rudy, yeah, I thought he showed glimpses that there's more to come for him.
Definitely. I am really looking forward to seeing him when he gets completely match fit, that boy. I really looking forward to it. He's big, he's strong, he's powerful. He can turn with the ball really well. I think we're going to have options up front that possibly we didn't have last season. Options where when we're sitting there and we've got 10 men in front of us, we're trying to find a way through them. I think we're going to have that with the likes of Ojo and Aribo. And Jordan Jones as well. There's probably still loads to come for Jordan Jones as well. I thought he played fairly well today. I think it was Stardog was making the point he's trying a bit too hard. Maybe he just thinks he needs to impress this early in the season. The boy's better just stick to his natural game, though, and just doing what he does best. But Aribo, for me. But so far, the one I'm most excited about, I have to say, is Ojo. I knew next to nothing about him all. Only for what,
Can I come back in on the Ojo thing? My brother-in-law is a big Liverpool fan. He's a massive Liverpool fan. And when we were getting him, that boy was owning the kind of fringes of Liverpool first team there, by the way, not that long ago. And he was getting, that boy Ojo, so he was kind of getting quoted for going to be moving in that direction. So he seems to think he might be a better player than Ryan Kent.
All right, Jim, are you sending out as you speak Morse code at the same time, or have you just got a crackle of the line, mate?
It's probably a crackly line, I think. Wherever I lie in this corner, sweet me, man, I think I just sink into it, I think.
All right, okay, yeah. All right,
sorry, is that better?
Get up and stone when you're speaking to Bridgman.
Right, very sorry.
You're a shocker, you.
Go again, Jimmy. Jim, here's a song.
I don't think it'll be appropriate for on here.
All right, mate. All right, that sounds a bit better.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's not your fault, mate. Don't worry about it. That's what happens when you get expensive furniture.
Aye.
What
did we think of the left back position? Do you think we're still maybe needing in there?
Well, I watched Barisic today, and I think he does look at times a boy that's void of confidence. Still, even today, and he looked awkward at times and not particularly great. And then after we went 3-0 up, he turned around and said, "Well, I made the first and I scored the third. What more do you want from me?"
I know that's it.
Yeah.
In that first half, Hawks was dreadful, in all honesty. For a quality left back that, he's meant to be. some of his crossing into the box was just dreadful, and I kind of thought he's got to improve on that, But then in saying that, a lot of passes that went awry really wasn't there, there wasn't much. It was great passing and movement in the first half, but he certainly improved in the second half. And as you say, he scored one and made one. So can you ask much more of the boy than that, really?
No, I mean, I'm giving you as I see it. I'll go to Stardog before I go back to you, Jim. What's your thinking, Stardog?
Oh, sure. I agree with what you said there. Did you feel as if he was holding back in the first half, like he just wasn't wanting to release the ball into the box for some reason? I think you're right with the confidence thing. I just think he is a player that is short in confidence, but hopefully, now that he's got that wee goal, and I mean, he made one today as well. But I mean, that wee goal that he got, I mean, hopefully that will spur him on now and give him a bit of confidence to go on, because I believe you're correct what you're saying there. I just think he lacks that bit of confidence when he's playing with Rangers. He doesn't seem to have that problem with Croatia. But he seems to have that problem with Rangers, and I just felt as if he was holding back in the first half, like he wasn't wanting to release the ball when he was supposed to. He was second thinking everything that he was wanting to do, and I just think he should just let it offload, and then we'll see the player that Bridge thinks that he is come out, because I do think he is a quality player. I just think he needs confidence, mate. I think he's very, very short in confidence.
It's a difficult thing to give, Jim.
Aye, I know. Yeah. You know yourself, we're the most unforgiving fans in the world. I heard you saying earlier on there about that, I know.
Aye, we can be critical, but a tough crowd.
I tend to agree that I have to say, and I've said it earlier on, that the first half was tough for all of our players. It was red hot. The wind was blowing, and sometimes a bit up the pitch and down the pitch type of thing, And the actual pitch itself was not very good for our players. It took them a wee while just to even get some of them to be able to put their foot in the ball. And as I say, example, you saw that with Barisic. 2 or 3 crosses way over past the far post, and some of them just running out for a free kick, for a throw in. And that's just no right, is it? You've got to ask yourself. And I was watching it, was that the same thing happening with Tavernier, who's normally very, very good? And yes, indeed it was. He was failing to get the first ball out, get it past the first man again. So all these things happened. But in the second half, once we got the first goal, things seemed to change, and you saw the confidence starting to rise. Second goal, we were flying then with confidence, and everybody started putting the lovely wee passes together, and it was nice to see.
Could be a long night for them at Ibrox next week. I'll say that. Remember, that's next week, Bridge. Don't you be going there on Thursday? I reckon it'll be a long night for them next week, definitely, with the size of our pitch and the passing. We'll pass the ball, but I think it'll be a long, long night for them next week over there.
I think starting the ski that you take, Bridgeman, and you're taking it.
I think so, yeah. I think, to be honest, I think I thoroughly deserve it for my performance the other night there. Absolutely.
But no, I agree with you. Remember, I know where he lives.
When we get to Ibrox with this team in particular, we've got to go and literally batter them, just to show that the gap that of 4 goals could have been, 4 or 5, or could be 10 type of thing,
Confidence as well, Bridge. It's good for people's confidence. It doesn't matter.
You better believe it.
You get the goals against,
You better believe it. Absolutely.
Can I just touch on the Barris thing?
Aye, of course you can. Can I just say something before you come in, Rudy?
Yep.
In the first half, I didn't think he was any worse or better than Tav, if I'm being honest, but carry on, Rudy.
Aye, right. I would give a player sort of 5, 6, 7 games to make a decision about them. I've made my mind up about Barisic. I think we'll be looking for another left back. That's my early season prediction. And you can call me out in it in 10 games' time. If he's flying and he's banging goals in for fun and he's got his left foot working again. But that's my prediction. We'll be looking for another left back.
Do you think I would ever do that on here? Let somebody
I think you would exactly do that.
That's terrible, Bridge, isn't it? He thinks that we would ever call anybody out in a rash prediction.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, Ox. And I hope I am. I just don't know. I just don't think. And I think when the league season starts as well, I think the lack of confidence that he seems to have and that he seems to have had last season, and I don't understand why, because he's in the Croatian national squad. There's absolutely no reason why you should lack confidence. But you know yourself, Ox, the Scottish game is it's a wee entity all on its own, you know what I mean? And it's all about physicality in the Scottish game. And I don't know, I just don't think some players seem to have, Barry Mackay was a bit like that for me. Barry Mackay had bags and bags of skill and didn't have the heart for it, in my opinion, you know, and was never consistent enough. And I think I've got the same kind of feeling about Barisic. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope he goes on to prove me wrong. I'll quite gladly hold my hand up halfway through the season, you know, if he's running amok down that left side, which I hope he does, obviously. But I think we'll be looking for a left back at some point. That's just my opinion on Barisic. And I know it's early in the season to say that.
You know,
you mean
your
as a
opinion,
direct
Rudy?
replacement, Rudy? Is it a direct replacement for Barisic?
I self.
You joking, man? I'd be lucky if I could get to the halfway line nowadays. I think, I don't know, Bridge. I just think he's going to get to I think Steven Gerrard will get to a point where he'll say, this boy's just not working out for us, you know. And I don't doubt that he could go on elsewhere, you know, play in another league somewhere else. He could play in the continent somewhere and he could be a really good player for somebody. I just get that feeling about him, you know. I mean, you can write what I know about football in the back of your envelope, you know what I mean? But I just get that feeling about him, that this is no the league for him. I just don't think this is going to be the league for him. I think we'll possibly see that when the league season starts properly. It's all on playing, you know, away in Europe, you know, and playing teams who want to play a bit of football. It's all on playing in a friendly match where there's nothing really at stake apart from possibly your position in the team, you know, if you don't show up well in a friendly game. I just don't think. I think he's got bags of skill. I think it's there for everybody to see. You don't become a mainstay in the Croatian national team if you haven't got skill. They know a bit about football, they boys out there. But for me, I just don't think this is the league for him. I think he proved that last season, and I've just got this feeling he'll go on to prove that again this season.
You know, I hope. I'm hoping because I think I've got every hope in him. And
Yeah.
I think that lad there, he's going to get a number of games at Ibrox and a big crowd behind him. And when he gets a couple of games and he's playing well, if he gets a couple of games, he's playing well, his confidence will rise, the crowd will be behind him, and so on and so forth. And that's the kind of thing that guy needs. He can't afford to go and be caught in the wrong position, the wrong side of an attacker. He can't afford at any time now, for the rest of his career, if he's at Rangers, never get caught goal side, or never let the man goal side of you. If you get caught and you're no goal side of that defender, you're going to get an absolute roasting for the Rangers fans to the point that the manager will just despair you.
Yep.
You can't do it, and he's got to learn that. He's got to know.
I agree, mate. I agree with you. Just say, I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, I hope I'm wrong.
The game's developing, changing, and it's the days of the carrot and the stick seems to have went completely already, you know.
Aye, yeah, the days are long gone now, aren't they? Aye. You know, and as I said, I hope I'm wrong about him, Ox. I really do. I hope by 10 games into the season, the boys are absolutely flying. He scored a couple of goals, and you may get to see that left foot because his left foot has, you know, because we've seen wee glimpses of him last season, what his left foot's like. And I want to see that again this season. I want to see him marauding up and down that left side of the park, creating chances all over the place, taking part in the game and really contributing. I just have my doubts about him. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying not to, but I have got my doubts about him.
Well,
I think-
at least we know you're feeling like that, and there's a lot of other guys feel the same. They don't quite trust Barisic. Some of them think he's got no heart. You know, personally, I think he's a high quality player. He's getting regular games for Croatia. He's a regular, shall we say, pick for Croatia, and that you have to have confidence to play at international level, and that's for sure. So we somehow or other we just haven't been able to see that in Barisic, and I hope to goodness that you're wrong insofar as that he doesn't suit, or Scottish football doesn't suit him. I hope he manages to get over any fears he's got in him. I really do.
I think he can be judged after a couple of league games because it's the league games, mate, that I worried in him about. The European games last year, if you remember right, he did all right for us. I mean, he got an assist against Villarreal. I mean, he turned up all right for us in the European games last year. It's the league. The league concerns me. That's the league concerns me, mate. And I mean, 10 games into a league season, you could already have dropped points that would lose you a league in that. So we need to know if he's in a route before then, Rudy. But I mean, Stevie G seems to be happy with him. I mean, he made a comment. I know he's haven't played it yet, but he made a comment after the game, so he did about him in that. So I mean, I hope you're wrong, but I felt the exact same way as you at the end of last season. But over the summer, because he's been featuring for Croatia, and Stevie G's been kind of positive about him, and he started the night and things like that. So I'm like Bridgeman. I hope that you're wrong and all, but I did have the exact same feelings as you at the end of last season, mate. It's just the heart, isn't it? Really, it's the heart. You can't question his technical ability. It's just the heart that he's got.
It's the Scottish League I'm talking about, Stardog.
Aye, mate, it's essential. He's got to click this year. If it doesn't click this year, he's got to go. But I think it's very important that we get a backup left back in there anyway, because we don't have a left side at left back. Well, we don't have anybody that's left footed there. John Flanagan can play there, Andy Halliday can play there and all, but we've got to get an established left back. He said when he came in that he wanted 2 players for every position, so we don't have 2 left backs now. So I think left back is still something that he could be looking at anyway. And another centre back as well.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys? Did he know have some serious hamstring problems around about Christmas time last year? And I don't think he ever.
I think it was a bit higher up than that, mate.
No, I'm meaning in general, because I saw him at Ibrox, and he got injured and came off, and he came back in a couple of weeks later. And was that when the manager commented? He was hitting the ground about 55 times.
Because I think he just thought he was injured.
That was for the friendly game, Bridge, against Bury. He done that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was Stevie G made that remark after the friendly against Bury. I think that was. I hope I'm right. I'm not sticking it.
No, it was a long time after that.
That's not what I'm doing. I'm not sticking the boot into Barisic here. I'm just saying I've got this feeling about him that I just don't think he's right for Scottish football. I hope he proves me wrong. Honestly, I really do, Stardog. I hope he proves me wrong. But it's what happens in the Scottish League, we'll know, as you say, 2 or 3 games into the season. If he's not doing it, there's very little chance of him going on to do it, in my opinion. And we can't afford that this season. We can't afford that this season.
Anyway, gentlemen, I don't know what that was meant. We've reached that time already, Bridge. Would you credit that?
You couldn't credit it at all, pal. Wonderful. Yeah. But remember, we're all happy people, right? We're all happy people.
Yes. Well, lads, get yourself on mute with a tune for Our Fox.
From a guy so young to Glasgow City, they come seeking fortune and a new way of life. How could they know their ambitions would grow? Such a beautiful story, and here's how it goes. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. So hoist up your Rangers flags, sing with your heart and voice. Celebrate the greatest club in the world. Let our history show what we already know. We are the Rangers, the greatest of all. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. No money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on, The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong.
mentality. These places are tough because you come here, the conditions are tough, the pitch is tough. They put a lot of men behind the ball and they try and break up play and make fouls and slow the game down. So a lot of things were against the team, and they set us a challenge to go and beat the block. But I thought we showed fantastic patience, and eventually, we took one of our chances, and then the game obviously changes in our favour, and we go on from there and build and keep showing really good quality to go and finish the game off.
In some ways, was the first half about grinding them down and then taking advantage?
Yeah, I think we're going to face this a lot this season, where teams are going to sit in and make it difficult for us, and it is important that we show patience. If we would have took a chance earlier on in the first half, it might have been a little bit more enjoyable in the first half, but you've got to stay at it. Keep pushing, keep grinding, keep probing, and you're hoping that one of your big players steps up and makes the difference. And again, Ryan Jack's done that for us.
And then to get the 4 goals, all of excellent quality in the second half, so very pleasing.
Yeah, we never want to come off the gas. I don't think we're at a stage just yet, this team and this squad, where we can pick and choose when we turn on the gas. So I was very impressed that we kept passing the ball, we didn't get bored, we keep trying to create chances, and we kept searching for more goals, and we got 4 tonight, but it possibly could have been a few more.
And the quality of the options you're able to bring from the bench too must be very pleasing.
Yeah, and I'm hoping, over the course of the season, that could be the difference. There was times last year, with all due respect, where if we had suspensions or a few injuries, we never had that level of quality to bring on. But the reason we've gone into the transfer market quite sharp and quick is to add that quality. And you see the level of play we're bringing off the bench. Rebo was fantastic when he come on. Alfredo gets his goal, and Greg shows his quality as well. So all positive.
And for Shea and Borna both to get their first Rangers goals is excellent for them.
Yes, there was a bit of a debate in the dressing room, but we've had it confirmed now that it's definitely Borna's goal. And he's got that technique in his locker. I'm sure he can go on and get more goals for us from them positions. So pleased for him. He started pre-season well. He seems to be in a real strong place mentally and physically. So hopefully he'll build on that.
And just finally, I know I ask you every game, but terrific support from the fans tonight at such short notice.
Yeah, of course. The fixture only got confirmed, was it 2-3 days ago? So, but again, we're not surprised. They come in the numbers. We've put in a performance to reward that. So it's worked for everyone tonight, and I'm sure they'll get behind us again in the second leg, and we can go and hopefully win the game comfortable as well.
Oh, sorry about that. I was doing a bridgeman's a technical term there. Sorry about that, bridgeman. You'll need to
I love it.
I think the gaffers use a few buzzwords. Use patience being one of them in the first half. I'm patient in my backside. We just didn't play 100%. He'd have looked at me move the ball slicker and faster in the first half, but ultimately it was a professional performance, Rudy Bear. Oh.
Rudy doing a bridge, man.
Aye, you can take that one then, Stardunk.
Aye, I'm agreeing again with yourself, mate. We just didn't get going in the first half, but Fitzgerald is important. We do really need to be patient throughout the league this year, because he's talking about league games there, and he's saying we're going to need to get used to this team sitting in and things like that, because that was one of the most frustrating things to watch in our team last year. There wasn't. I mean, I mentioned it last season on the show. So we never get played after park in one single game in the league last year. Even when we dropped points, not one team played us after park. We dominated possession and things like that. It was just the final third. So, in terms of him going out there and getting the players that can play there and things like that, and can play in multiple positions as well, I think it's important. And we just need to build and build and build and be patient in games. Well, some games will open the gates and flyers. We'll be up 2-3-0 within 15 minutes, I think, because that happened a lot last season as well. So it did, but it's the games that we couldn't break down teams in the final third that we need to push on with this year. And I 100% agree with everything he says. And Joe Rebo's going to be a big player for us as well this year coming in, I think.
That's a great point, Doug. And I'll take this through the panel, and I'll start with Bridgeman. When we're going to play the pack defences at Ibrox, I don't think we need Kamara, Jack and Davis playing so deep. Bridgeman.
Yeah, there's a school of thought says we shouldn't be playing with any defensive midfielders at all. We should be playing with all attacking midfielders. And we should be just pushing right up. And other people say, how are we going to need somebody to pull them out and draw them out, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's a school of thought says what you're saying is right. Some of the players, we should have less midfielders and more attackers, And I'll use this name loosely. Let's say you had the Ojo on one side, Hasty inside him. What do you call him? Greg Stewart. You could have Jamie Murphy. So all these guys who are in the box, like to get into the box and have a go. These are the people you want to be playing right up front, in my opinion. I've been round before, of course, but that's really, to me, the way it should be. And you should have just one guy sitting at the back doing the business. That could be a Ryan Jack, it could be a Stephen Davis, it could be. Sorry?
In the modern world, he gets a lot of jobs, this one guy, doesn't he?
Well, all I'm meaning is that you've got one guy who could do the link if necessary. But at the moment you're sitting with two, sometimes with 2 and 3 more defensive-minded players, because that's where we play the game. We play out for the back, and it brings them all in. We need to get the ball quicker up the park. You need somebody like what do you call him, Barry Ferguson. One guy picks the ball up and creates a space. That's all I mean.
It's all about getting the blend right, Stardog, yeah?
I think the home games are a big one for me this year. I would go with 2 centre midfielders and a number 10 in the midfield in the home game. Sorry, that would be maybe a Davis and a Kamara and a Joe Aribo sitting in front, or a Scotty Arfield sitting in front, or a Greg Docherty sitting in front. I think we've got the options now, and I think it's so important. But for the final third, what I was saying earlier, it's for games that we're struggling away as well to break teams down. We can fling on, we can sacrifice a midfielder, bring on an extra attacking player, somebody that can come on and have a strike outside the box and change the game and things like that. So it's so important for us that we get all these boys fresh before the season, so that when they're called upon, they're ready to come off the bench and do something for us. Because, like I keep saying, it's the games last year. We dominated most of the games we played last year. We had most of the possession, things like that, the lion's share of shots and corners and that. So we just need to get the ball in the net more this year, and that's all. I mean, that was us finishing top goal scorers last year as well. It still wasn't enough for us. So Gerrard wants more. The standards have been set for this year, so let's go.
I'll tell you what, Rudy, he's came a long way in a short space of time, all Stardog, didn't he?
Sounds like he knows what he's talking about, Ox, Ger.
You said to me, never cut it on here, but I told you he had potential.
I think the training you've given him, Ox, is what
Aye.
Your training.
Well, that was a speech, yeah. I thought I was very Churchill-like there. The wee dog on the advert,
No, I was going for the mere I had a dream speech, I wasn't going for the Churchill effect.
We don't want to hear about your dream, Stardog.
Can I just come in and say it? And I think it's absolutely essential that we win, if not 99%, if not 100% of our games at Ibrox. We have to win at Ibrox. We have to find a way, because that's when the teams have most of the teams that come into Ibrox are going to produce this or play against us with a kind of packed defence. So we have to. That's when we need to do it. We need to do it at Ibrox, and we need to find a plan to do that. And then if you're away, let's say up at Aberdeen, where they continuously do that anyway, you could maybe use what Stardug's saying as well, in that. But I personally wouldn't be going away and not having had at least 2 defensive-minded midfielders in my team if we're playing away from home, for sure.
I think the manager's job there is to find out the blend for different horses for courses, Rudy. You don't want certain players playing at Ibrox against, I don't know, I'll be St
Johnson.
Aye. That you would want maybe a different formation away to Celtic Park, yeah?
Aye, definitely.
That's if it's still open, but then by the time
yeah. See, the problem for us last season was all the draws, wasn't it? And a couple of games that we lost that we should never have lost, that we were by far the better team and just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net in the draws, or losing last minute goal, specifically against Hibs. I'm thinking about stuff like that. We dropped so many points last season, but there was games where we struggled up against 10 men. I like what Mark Allen and Stephen Gerrard have done this season. I like who they've brought in, the boy Ojo, Greg Stewart, Jordan Jones, forward-thinking, attacking players, and they've tried to remedy that, I think, this season. I mean, as you say, I think it was Bridgeman was saying there, we were finished top scorers last season, but just wasn't enough for us, because of the points we dropped. Well, hopefully we can better that goal tally this season with the kind of players that we've brought in. And, I was it's not exactly going to be a rare occasion. It's going to be mostly a weekly occasion. We're going to face 10 men behind the ball because, with probably 2, maybe 3 sides in the Scottish League. Most of them are going to play like that when they come to Ibrox. Hopefully now we've got the players. Hopefully we've got the players now that be able to make things happen up against 10 men, be able to find a way through them, And as I say, I like what Mark Allen and Stephen Gerrard have done. Down to the manager, as you say, to find the blend now into it. Like you say, Ox, it's down to Stevie G now, find the blend, think about who he's playing against, how they're going to play against us. He's, huge learning curve last season. And I'm sure he knows now, he'll have a better idea when he's coming up against teams now, the players that's going to make things happen for us on the park.
Oh, I think your blend's right. What I think he's done, Bridge, and I think we discussed it last night, is he's trying to put pace into the team, which holds teams back from coming up the park because your pace gives them problems,
Yeah.
That's a big thing I can see for you last year.
100%, pal. 100%. He's going to have to get the blend, just as Rudy says. He's got to, obviously he's only had this season here, and I'm assuming in the back of my mind that him and his assistant manager and his coaches know exactly what they want to do. And this, shall we say, getting 2 men for every position would be an ideal situation to get into because you could chop and change when necessary. But at Ibrox, I'm not being funny when I say this, absolutely essential that we break down teams at Ibrox because teams have been really, really. Some of them come up against us and they're walking away with 3 points or 2 or a point, and it's just wrong. It's just wrong. They come into Ibrox and they don't want to play football at all, and it suits them just to hold the ball back in their own penalty area, use the keeper, blah blah blah, all these things, and people, 50,000 fans sitting there going yawning, wondering what the hell's going on. We need better. We need to do better. Sorry for moaning, guys.
See, a big part of that for me, Bridgeman, is we've got to play them higher up the park. We've got to close them down. Don't give them a minute's peace. We've got to close them down. We've got to use the fitness that we've got by closing them down, not allowing them to pass out for the backer, And we have to hit the ground running in every game. We've got to absolutely fly out the traps at them, because there's nothing will bring a team out more than scoring a goal or 2 against them, See, if you're playing, a slow pace the way we did in a few games at Ibrox last season, that plays right into their hands, so it does. So we've got to come out, fly out the traps at them, a goal or 2, and they'll soon start to come out, after that. So they will. Not unless they're not wanting battered 4 or 5-0, maybe no. But in general, it'll help to bring them out and start to create space behind them. If you play 2, some of the games at Ibrox last season, I was sitting watching it, and they're passing across sideways, this way, that side, this side, back to the right, back to the left, through the midfield. Well, what's the point in that? That's playing right into their hands. That's why I'm happy with the players that's been brought in. As Oxford was saying there, he's brought players with pace in. Jordan Jones, Ojo looks like he's got a bit of pace. Aribo looks like he's a big, powerful, pacey guy. So that problem hopefully is going to be solved this season,
I think Barisic can be the main difference this year because it makes us more than just one dimensional. What you're saying there is basically, see, last year the ball was going side to side, and then 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, it was going out to the right to Tavernier. He was the only person that could flip a decent ball in constantly, mate. I think if Barisic can get his finger out and get his act together, and we've got both sides up and running well and good and well, I think we'll be a different team to watch this year, because I just think we were too one-dimensional last year. So we were, and I even noticed a couple of times in that game, the midfielders were firing the ball right into the edge of the box fast and making the phone that control and trying to spin in behind and things like that. So I think he's realised that for last season, but a lot counts on Borna Barisic, and I'm saying that now, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but a lot counts on him this year being up to scratch, because if he's up and down that left-hand side, and we're not just relying on James Tavernier for assists and things like that, that's so important for us at all.
If you could take, if you can shoulder some of the responsibility, you're right.
Aye.
But he's got to shoulder that responsibility on that left side of the park and make things happen, hasn't he? I agree with you, mate.
Anyway, lads, we've had a couple of questions for Twitter. Let me just dig them out.
The hard ones?
No, not too hard, Rudy. They know you're on.
Give me the hard ones.
Oh dear. No comment on that, Stardog. This is just a question for you, Joseph Boland, 10. Has asked us about the Defoe booking. I thought he slipped a wee bit. I mean, I think the ball's a bit cute. I just think he slipped and it was a bit ring rusty. It was a yellow card, maybe 4 out of 10 times, and he got booked for it. Any thoughts, Bridge?
I think he went. I think the guy had fouled him, to be honest, and he went straight through. I don't think he touched him too much, but I think the referee was very poor. I don't think it was a booking. I didn't think it was a booking at all. I didn't think Ojo's was a booking. I think they could have lost 2 players tonight if the referee had carried on with the strictness, if he wanted to call it that. But no, I didn't think that Defoe deserved the booking. 2 of the quieter players in the team got booked.
Got booked,
Can't believe it.
Rudy?
I think he was a wee bit unlucky, Ox. I think it was a wee bit of something and nothing, to be honest. I can sort of understand why. I mean, I think Bridge is right. I don't think the ref had a great performance, but I think he was just a wee bit unlucky. So I think possibly you could book him for it. Take my Rangers goggles off. I wouldn't have booked him for it. I would maybe had a wee word easier, so you're careful now, but I think that would have been it. I think it was just a wee bit unlucky. For me, no, probably 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, it wouldn't have been a booking for me, in all honesty.
My only thought on it is, if that's a booking, then that wee helmet that kicked Ojo's is a red card.
Red card all day long, mate.
Right.
Yeah.
100%, pal. 100%. That was a red card every day of the week.
If you're getting before a yellow for that, it's a red, definitely.
Yep. You fell asleep, Ox? Jimmy?
No, not at all. We'll be joining our caller. Evening, caller.
Hi, Fox. It's all about how he's doing, lads.
All better. How are you?
Mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
All right, mate. Here's your thoughts, mate.
Oh, well, I thought that was pimps today. That was just pimps. That was nothing today. I mean, we done everything we was asked today, and plus a bit more. I mean, so they're all just breaking ourselves into the game. The game of Sunday, for example, was pure crap. That was crap. But again, it's a training session. There's nothing to be said about these games, really, honestly. The Barisic thing, I wanted to talk about the Barisic thing. I don't want to agree with Rudy, but I sort of do agree with him. Know what I mean? The trouble with Barisic...
Old bird, it makes sense.
Was that the fact of him being a sex god, or just...
Aye. Well, aye. Yeah, of course, I wouldn't talk about that. I was talking about him being sex god, of course, aye.
Okay.
The trouble with Barisic and Tavernier... See, when Tavernier gets caught up the park, Tavernier gets caught out of position when he's out of position. Barisic gets caught out of position when he's in position. You know what I'm saying? He's in left back. He's in his left back position, and he gets caught out of position because he's letting players run off him, and he's letting players. He's on the wrong side of players as well. He's a hell of a habit of getting on the wrong side of a player. You're going, that's not an international fullback, as far as I'm concerned. An international fullback. I mean, it's really, really, really hard to get by an international fullback. But he doesn't seem that way. So the only thing he's really gone for him is going up the park and crossing the ball. That's all I see Barisic has got. I don't see any other part of his game. He can't defend. He can't head a ball, and he's no particularly fast.
Very good at heading it, and you're spot on.
So I'm saying to myself, I don't agree with Stardog that it's all going to be Barisic. I think the whole season is going to revolve around 2 players, Steve Davis and Arfield. I mean, see the last 5-6 games of last season. I mean, that was a system we need to play when these teams are going to play this so-called low block. We found the solution. And the solution is Arfield breaks the line. If you don't have players breaking the line, like today, I mean, I like these new boys now. They're starting to show something, and I'm going like, oh yeah, you'll do me. But they don't break the line, and if you don't break the line, these low blocks are just going to be murder to break, and that's the problem. That's what Gerrard's trying to say. If you score the early goal, it changes the game. But if you don't score the early goal, you need to somebody to break the line, and Arfield breaks the line. The rest of them don't. And that's why you're playing across them and they're playing in front of them. And it's easy to defend. I mean, that's an amateur team, basically. You're playing and they showed you how easy it is to defend, especially the first half. You take that into the league, when you're going to play these trumpets at Ibrox especially. You know what you're going to get all season. We all know what we're going to get. We've been watching. It's not nothing new. We've been watching this. I mean, I've been watching it for 40 years. It's nothing new. They do this all the time. So, to my mind, if you don't break that line, forget about it. The new boys are going to add a wee bit more, another string to our bow. Like, so when the day come up the part on the occasion of the day, and we get the ball off them, we break quick. And that's where Ojo and the boy, Ariba, or what's he call him? Aribo. This is where they're going to come into their own. Jake Hasty and Jones. This is where they're going to come into their own. They're going to get us up that park. You know what I mean? So that's going to be occasionally. The most of the game is you're going to have Defoe or Morelos being a wall for the midfielders to get by them, so they can. It's quick 1-2s, but the ball's gone away from the defender in behind them with the guy running on it. Like Durant used to do. That type player. That's how you beat the low block. Sorry for that rant, guys.
No, can I just come in and that for a minute, Ox? Yeah, I do agree what you're saying. What I was trying to say earlier on was, because it happens at Ibrox so much, and you're right, nearly every team that comes there, they come and give this 10-man defence for most of the game. And we, last season there, we actually struggled. And although we played some smashing football at times, and we scored some goals, some games we just never done it. And particularly against St Johnstone. Actually, St Johnstone played us off the park and hardly got out their own half. You know what I mean? It was just sickening to watch. Absolutely sickening.
The Bridge, see the last 5 or 6 games of last season, up until the last game of the season, Kilmarnock, when the Arfield and all them were away on holiday and all that, we had to break the team up. So you see what happened the last 5 or 6 games up to the Kilmarnock game.
Indeed.
We're beating these teams, no bother. There wasn't any problem. That's because we played that system. Then when Arfield went and holding up, we went to Kilmarnock, we struggled in the last game again because we slipped back to what we're doing all season. We couldn't get by teams. Teams are just sitting in and kicking the ball away from us, and then that Kilmarnock was just booting the ball up the park into the channels, and you got the boys chasing it. That was that wee Brophy guy or the wee forward up. He just chasing about like a maniac. And basically, I thought that team tonight was going to do the same thing, but they never had the legs to do that. So I'm saying to myself, Davis and Arfield, they're the key. They're the key. And if they play well, the rest of the boys will play well along with them.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's what I was saying earlier. Definitely right when you're saying these things. At Arfield, to me, I think he had a superb season for us. Scored some really key games, scored goals rather, and had some tremendous play. Involved in really good moves. Marvellous to watch. And there were
I think Davis and Arfield and Albridge, man, we've no replacement for they two. If any of they two get injured, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I think Davis has proven in a very short space of time. It took him 3 months, maybe 2 months to get legs, another month to find his way into the team and do it properly. And then you saw for the last maybe 8 or 9 games, you saw the best of Stephen Davis. And my goodness, we deserve to have someone like that in our team. And he played again today. He was absolutely superb. Absolutely superb.
So you're right. I see Davis as the playmaker and Arfield, as I said, as a guy who gets by the forwards and breaks the lines. But the other players that will go in the squad that I see, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see any. As I was trying to say, Docherty should be modelling himself with Arfield, saying I'm going to play that role. If I get in the team, that's the role I want to play. But apart from that, I don't see...
Actually, there's a couple of boys in the lobby saying similar things. Blue Horizon saying that Arfield and Docherty can both run through the defences. So a lot of fan stuff for young Docherty too. And obviously everybody will be keen to see just how the manager's going to use these players, where he's going to put them, and what it's going to look like. Because I say from the bottom of my heart, we cannot go through another season where people can come up to Ibrox in front of our 50,000 fans, and we can't spur our team on. They seem inept. I told you the story I was on Tenerife, and I walked into the pub, got the drinks for me and the wife, sat down, and Rangers scored. And we then got back up for a second drink. By the time I came back to the bar again, they scored. Wow, and that was Greg Stewart that scored a great goal against us. Wow. Just dreadful. Absolutely. So I heard the guys who were very upset. So
I mean, last year Stevie G touched on it today on the track side today again. He touched on it again. See, we keep missing these chances. Now the night we did the day, or we didn't miss chances. Not many anyway. We took most of them. What a difference it makes! And goals change games. You know what I mean? They just change the attitude of the squad. They change. Last year, the reason we got all the draws is we missed chance after chance after chance, and all of a sudden you're getting them encouragement. I think I told you before, last year, there was one game I got really, really angry at, and I stormed out of Ibrox, raging. And that was that one each game against Hibs, and they scored in the last minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I just couldn't believe that they got a draw that night.
Yeah.
We're giving them encouragement, especially the last 10 minutes of a game. If we can't put them away, you're just giving them encouragement. But like today, all right, it's an amateur team. But once you start scoring a few goals, you just bury them. That's it. They're done. Game's done. You ain't coming back. It's now lets the rest of your players start enjoying the game and showing you what they've truly got.
Absolutely. But can I just say that that wee statement you made, that wee saying you said there, goals change games. Goals change games. Our own Oxford has been saying that for the last 4 years, 5 years, and probably for a lot longer than that. But certainly since I've known him, that's one of his favourite catchphrases, if you can follow what I mean. Goals change games.
And it's Foxy's round.
Aye, Foxy's round.
By the way, Albert, I think you're pretty much spot on with your analogy. I don't think we can do too up, too down about Sunday night, but there's a lot of positives to take because you've scored 9 goals, you've not lost any. You're starting to see some of these new young signings show a wee bit. Slowly getting to know players, and the more you see, the more you maybe like, but you still can't judge yet. We're way shy of judging.
See that game and the return game, and is it a sellout?
Don't believe so, mate. But I'll have a quick look on the site, mate. Yeah.
The reason I want to know if it's a sellout is because I want to see the reaction of these young boys when they see a 50,000 and just say, "Are you going to get turned on with this, guys, or are you going to go, oof, I'm daunted with this." Jones, I think, will get turned on with. I think a boy Aribo will get definitely turned on with. I think the other one, Aribo and Ojo, I think the two of them will definitely, they'll take to it. But the rest of them, like Hasty and all of them, it's all right coming to Ibrox 50,000 fans when you're playing for Motherwell, but when you put that blue jersey on with the big 5 stars, it's a different ball game altogether now.
There's a few thousand seats left, mate, according to the website. A good few thousand.
So it's up to about 50,000 anyway, but 48, 50,000.
No, I would maybe say you're maybe at the moment looking at about 40,000.
That'll do. It's not too bad.
I've only done it for 2 seconds, mate. I've not had a chance to count all the seats off. I've just looked at a couple of sections quickly, but I get your point, mate. But just that somebody else with Twitter, and we talked about this briefly. And obviously, the boys have all played now. The new players that come in, and none of them would be what we called, or as became known in the Rangers support as marquee signings. But I don't know if that's going to happen, Stardog, because if they sign players, it might be the centre half are rumoured to be after for boys with Ivory Coast, or it could be Bridges' favourite Cooper for Millwall, but they're not going to be Terry Butchers. The game's changed.
No, I mean, we picked up Terry Butcher for I think it was 750,000, but back then that was a lot of money, and it was. I mean, I think we'd half the England team back then and all. So, but their days are gone. Everybody knows that, mate. I mean, I would have liked us to maybe investigate it into a Gary Cahill, who's a free agent this year. I think he's only 31, 32. I think anyway. So, I mean, I would have liked to have seen his group maybe try and get that. That still might happen. I don't honestly know, but I think the marquee signings, I mean, I don't know if this is correct, Ox, but I heard that Joe Aribo in the transfer market is rated at 7 million. So that's kind of a marquee signing if that's what that boy's rated at already down there. So, like I say, Ojo, I think he'll see in the season to come, get 3-4 months and you'll still be raving about this boy. I mean, Enderick wouldn't love to require this boy's services for a year. That's a marquee signing to me as well. But obviously, folk that don't know a lot about him and things like that just going to think it's an early Ryan Kent for Liverpool and things like that. He's up a level for Ryan Kent, and I promise you that they know. So I think we've already got a couple of boys in there that could prove to be marquee signings. Keeping Tavernier and Morelos, they're like marquee signings. If we keep them, they're big important players for us. So I think if we're getting a big name in, it could be a centre back. I mean, I don't see it in any position, Ox.
Rudy?
Exactly what I said the other night. The days of the Laudrups and the Gascoignes coming to Ibrox are long gone, and they're not coming back anytime soon, Ox, unfortunately. And it's like I said the other night, a marquee signing for me is a boy that we bring in, like Kamara, for 50 grand, that hits the ground running, fully contributes, and at the end of the season, we can say, what a great season for that boy. That's a marquee signing nowadays for us, and there's boys there. We've got boys there. Like Starbuck was saying there, Aribo, Ojo. I'm really excited about the pair of them. I can't wait to see them getting up and running and fully integrated into our team. Watch the boys. I think they'll do exceptional things for us this season. And as far as Morelos and Tavernier goes, I dread losing they two, because I think what they've contributed last season, 30 goals by Alfie, Tavernier 17 goals and 20 assists with full-back position. I think to replace the two would be nigh on impossible, in my opinion. It really would. And there's a long time, there's a fair bit to go in the transfer window yet. We don't know what's going to happen, between now and the end of the transfer window. Keeping them, for me, is imperative to us going forward to the way we play. Tavernier, especially Tav. Because to replace Tav's just going to be, as I say, nigh on impossible for me. I didn't think, end of last season before, I never thought I'd be saying that about Tav, to be honest. But certainly his improvement last season and his contribution was immense from full-back position. So we really need to keep the boys. There's your marquee signings, like just said, if you can keep a hold of them, you know what I mean?
Oh, do you know what would be so interesting? See what Rudy just said there. How many goals did we score overall last year, right? Morelos scored 30, Tavernier scored 17, and he's got 20 odd assists there. That takes me to 67 goals. So I would like to see how many goals that they two weren't involved in last year. That's some stats, I would say, between the two of the boys.
Yep, certainly is.
And I don't know how many assists Morelos got. I know he got a few as well. So say maybe 70 goals between the two of them alone. Just they two alone, they were involved in 70 goals last season. How many goals did we score all in last year? Ken, that's a big statistic for us, and we need to keep the two boys.
But there's Morelos off and running already, and he looked to me a player that's no interested in going anywhere. He looked really pleased and waving to support when he scored the goal,
2 chances tonight. 2 chances, 1 goal. Brilliant. 2 headers.
Why would you want to go anywhere else? But that's what I ask these players. Why would you want to go anywhere else? You can't go down to a Crystal Palace and turn around and see 50,000 fans singing your name and doing the bouncy and things like that. Why would you want to be anywhere else?
I tend to agree. Big goals then, 2 chances, 1 goal, and ended up with no goals.
Aye. It was really unfortunate.
But that miss all that was a cracker, wasn't it?
I don't mind my centre-halves missing them, but my midfielders and my forwards I'd be more concerned about. My centre-halves, my full-backs and my goalkeeper can miss them all day long. But no my midfielders and my forwards. No, that's not allowed. I see, by the way, that, just touching on that marquee signing, I mean, I've told you before, I hate that terminology. I just can't go that. It just, Rudy's right and Stardog's right. They days are gone. They're gone for us. I now consider see like the boy Aribo, I'm not going to say the boy Ojo because he's not a player, but Aribo, Jack Hasty, Jones, Edmondson, these players, Kamara, I call them smart signings. If we get a player that comes through like Kamara and you go, it's a smart signing, I like smart signings. Forget about this marquee nonsense. It's just nonsense. I can't go it. I just can't go it. I'm sure Ali McCoy coined that phrase years ago and all. It was him that started all this nonsense. But but we can't afford a marquee signing. No, I mean, a marquee signing's a truly class player, way out of our price range. You can't. I like smart signings. That's what I consider Kamara to be. That's what I consider Tavernier to be. Morelos. They're smart signings. They worked out brilliant for us, and I'm hoping the boys what we've got to know all fall into that category. And what I've seen so far, I know they're friendlies and amateur teams, but they're shaping up. Well, they've got a long way to go yet, but they're shaping up.
Can I ask you something, Bridge?
Yes, pal.
Will we get the credit in the press tomorrow because we're the first Scottish team ever to win in Gibraltar?
Okay. I'll tell you what. Look, I know it's a kind of tongue in cheek, but the sentiment for me is correct. I don't know if we'll get credit. I think they may turn around and say, well, it's expected, and it was only in Gibraltar, and that's when you would come back and say, well, look at the last one. What about the tranny man? And he came back, no embarrassed. You beat 1-9, no embarrassed. But no. I think, I don't know if MD will even pick up on that other than you. You know what I mean? We're the first team to win in Gibraltar. Absolutely superb. Well done, Ox, Jeff. Well done.
There was another first and all, by the way. Did you notice that Halliday was at the interview with Gerrard and he never got a game? I think that's the first time that's ever happened, isn't it?
Aye, because I thought I'd made a boo-boo the other night seeing we predicted the teams, and I thought, why did I not put Andy Halliday in the team? He was sitting next to Gerrard at the press conference. That's usually a given that he's going to play.
I think you'll find that that's happened earlier this season with Gerrard than you realise. The players that's sitting there.
I can't be thinking of that one, Ox, honestly.
Jordan Rossiter was the only one I could think of there.
Yeah, Jordan Rossiter, that's right. Didn't play.
But just Rudy, we're squad and we're seeing these guys, obviously, what we have there. The boy Ojo was on the rest of them were players. Last year we had quite a lot of loanees playing at times, we had Koulibaly, Ajario in the middle. Well, I suppose Defoe's no player neither, is it? But my squad is definitely developing value that we never had maybe 18 months ago,
100%. It's the Joe Aribo. I think Starbuck was saying there, he's he's rated on some of the forums down south at 7 million, we pay a development fee for the boy. Jordan Jones, these boys can all go on to become valuable players for us, young, pacey players. They've got a bit of talent about them under the coaching at the Hummel Training Centre. Hopefully with the coaching staff that's there, they'll come on, and step up to the next level. But we've got some really good talent, young talent at that as well.
Jim's back ways. I think he must have blew up his couch. How are we doing, Jim?
I fell off it there. I'm in the water now. Listen, just a couple of points.
Oh, Bridge, tell them that story about you and the missus in the waterbed.
No, I don't.
Hey.
How are we doing, Jim? What's on your mind?
No bad. Just a couple of points. See, he's talking about maybe he's wanting another centre-half before this weekend. What do you think of that? And also, Jamie Murphy getting linked with a move, possibly to Blackpool. What do you think there?
Jamie Murphy to Blackpool, I can't see, unless it was a loan up to Christmas that he'd be playing games, because then he'd be playing at a decent level. For that I can. Long term, I think Jamie's got part to play for us.
Unless he's just been told Ryan Kent's coming back.
What? Never know. But what was the other part? A centre half. I think to get through a campaign we could do with a senior centre half in there. But I'll go to our centre half correspondent. Bridgeman.
I saw one. I don't know the guy's name, but I saw we were being linked with one centre half, and I don't know where he's from. All I saw was on follow. I saw a wee heading saying Rangers in for such and such centre half. I don't know how true it was or not.
I think he denied that one, Bridgeman. So I think he denied that. He's talking about another centre half.
I have to say, guys, in my opinion, we're still lacking balance in some parts of our team. And one of the major balance areas to me is we need a left-footed defensive centre half, in my opinion. So I would like to go for the big fella, Jake Cooper, he's got apparently a very, very good stats for his games. He's apparently not a bad player. He's not the biggest star in the whole world, and I think we actually put a couple of bids in for him last season. So someone like that, it doesn't necessarily need to be him, but someone of the height and the physique and obviously the all-round ability and be able to move, able to play football and actually move along the field properly.
I think Millwall rate him about 5 million, Bridgman, don't they?
I think so, and I think we were probably keen round about that price. I think it was like 3.5 million Rangers bid this season if they were interested.
I think I've more chance against Tommy Cooper.
Yeah, you might be right. I'm under no illusion. No, I'm saying I'm under no illusion. No, I think he's got 1 year left in his contract. I don't know 100% sure. So it could be that he might just be holding out till Christmas time, and then do that's just wishful thinking for me, by the way. Wishful thinking. But I think we do need a centre half. People talk about it. I like to look at the boy Edmondson. Looked really good. The young lad Lewis Mayo come on. Looked really smart, really good as well. I don't know whether in the heat of the battle, I don't know what it's going to be like with him. But maybe we need that one leader. The guy that'll kill people. That's the one I'm looking for.
I must say, I'll be disappointed if Murphy goes. Yourselves, I've been champion. I felt we missed him big time last season. I'll be disappointed if we let him go on loan.
Is there a story? Did I read a story about that today? Something about Murphy.
They were talking about maybe Blackpool going from getting him on loan.
Sorry, pal, didn't mean to.
As I said, Chairman, I'll go to Albury. I can only say that if that was a short-term loan, say up to Christmas to get his fitness back where he's going to be playing there regular, because obviously there's no reserves fixtures as such up here. So would it help?
I think he scored today against United.
I did. They scored against United, but I can see it making sense for up till Christmas. Albury.
Did he actually watch the game on Rangers TV today?
Did he? When you go over?
Makes perfect sense, mate. Unless Rangers put an application into the SFA for changing it to 24 a side, then I think we'll beat everybody.
I know.
But I think Murphy's got a big part to play in the coming season and a half, 2 seasons. You know what I mean? And to get him up to fitness, and it's only fair we get him up to fitness because he needs games now because he's injured. The rest of the boys just need pre-season. He needs a bit more than that. He needs to get guaranteed games now to get him back. And I've gone down to Blackpool for 6 months as an offer. I think it's a cracking move.
Guys, I'm going to say good night to you, okay? And I'll hopefully get back on tomorrow.
All right, Jim. Always a pleasure, mate. Always good to hear from you, mate.
Tomorrow. See you later, guys.
Cheers,
tomorrow. Good night, boys.
Cheers, mate. Must be his turn for the couch, Rudy, here.
By the way, guys, young LD is just telling me in the lobby that in fact Jake Cooper did go for a new extended contract to 2023, and LD5 reckons he's probably worth about 10 million now. So he's out the question.
You can forget it then, Bridge, unfortunately.
Aye, absolutely. I don't know what I was thinking, Rudy.
You could buy him yourself for his. You could buy him yourself for the club, Bridge.
That would actually, when you say that wouldn't be a bad idea if you could get people wanting to invest in Rangers, buy such and such a player and give them at the club. That's a good way of investing, isn't it?
Get that bank, the Bridge man.
Huh?
Get a checkbook out, Bridge.
Get the bank vault opened up.
Bank vault opened up. You shockers.
I get it opened up, Bridge. You can't take it with you, mate.
Who needs friends, eh? Sorry, who needs enemies?
The word on the street is Ryan Kent's coming back. It's a done deal.
Who's telling you this?
It's just the word on the street, mate.
He can't divulge his sources.
So what's the street?
We can't use his address away.
I forgot you were rich. You don't know what the streets are all about, Bridge. I forgot you were rich.
Oh. Wow, that would be brilliant. I mean, by the way, I have to say, I've said it all along. I think he's a fabulous player.
Just when that story broke today, mate, me and a couple of pals talked about it, and he was up in Glasgow doing a job, so he was a couple of weeks ago, and he spoke to a guy up there, and he said that Kent was basically a done deal. He was just waiting, Klopp's away to get him some training with Liverpool, and he'll be signed for his early on in August on another year's loan.
Is that Foxy snoring?
No, it'd be Fox, no me. Be good to get Kent back, but does that use other problems? Where does Jordan Jones fit in, Albert?
I know, I mean, it's getting to the stage now. I mean, we done this last year when we brought all the midfielders in, we were all saying the same thing. Now it's a load of wingers. We seem to just attack certain positions and just overload. I mean, see, for me to try and pick a team now, I wouldn't know what to start. I really wouldn't know what to start now, because it's getting to the stage you're getting it. Good grief. I mean, if Kent comes back, you're going to have some cracking players, no even on the bench. You're going to have them sitting in that stand, and you're going to how long are you going to keep them satisfied? I mean, they're not going to be sitting up there for long. They're too good at players.
Albeit if Jamie Murphy left though, that would only leave Kent and Jones as left side left wingers, mate. It's the right we're kind of packed in, if that makes sense. But we're kind of packed in the right hand side, but the left we've only got Murphy and Jones earlier. So if Murphy was to go, that would make perfect sense for Kent to come back, and then it would give us the option of two left-sided players for next year.
I also still think that Daniel Candeias will go by the end of the transfer window as well.
I think that as well. I think he'll go as well, because we're stacked in the right-hand side, Bridge. We're absolutely stacked in the right.
Yep.
And Shea Ojo will start most games, and Greg Stewart will be the backup for him, I reckon. And you've got Jake Hasty there as well. You know what I mean? Candeias he's fourth in the pecking order for me anyway. So I think we'll be open to offers for Candeias, 100%, mate.
Got a year left in his contract, Starbuck, you know what I mean? So right now would be the time to get a wee bit of money in for him. You know, it's not going to be a lot, but if you get a wee bit of money in for him, I think he'll go come the end of it, before the end of the window.
Aye, that's a fair comment, but if Candeias goes, mate, look, I don't know, let's just say he's on 10 grand a week and we don't have to pay him $500,000, that could be a great saving as well. You know, it'd be great to get another $500,000 and tap it up, but that's not always the case, is it, when somebody's got so little left in their contract? They're in the driving seat, really, aren't they?
Exactly, yeah. And it's like you were talking about the other night, Ox trying to get players out the door. You know, some of them's on good money, you know, probably better money than they could possibly get elsewhere. Maybe, you know, I don't know how Candeias is thinking, you know, would it be, because he's coming near the end of his career, isn't he? So there's a possibility he'll be looking to go back to Portugal. Wouldn't it be too hard to deal with? But it's a big getting.
Well, he had an interview, Rudy, there, I think it was a week there, saying that he didn't want to leave Rangers. He was happy at Rangers. He's only been happy twice in his career, Turkey and Rangers.
I saw that. But, you know, football's a bit of a thing game, isn't it, Albert? You know, if somebody
it's ruthless.
If somebody comes in and are interested in taking him, and you look, he's got, you know, as I say, he's got a year left in his contract. You know, if Steven Gerrard thinks, well, he's surplus to requirements. Oh, take tonight, for instance. He didn't even make the journey, you know, for the game. So if Steven Gerrard thinks he's surplus to requirements, I think Steven Gerrard would be ruthless about it and just say, sorry, Daniel, you're surplus to requirements, you know. So, I don't know. We'll wait and see what happens, but it's a possibility for me, you know.
Well, everybody's time comes to an end sometime.
That's it. It's like
I think I was saying to you last night, guys, I don't think it's anything to do with that. I think it was something to do with a UEFA ruling that we didn't have enough players, Scottish players of a certain age in their squad, and they reduced their squad from 25 numbers of 25 to 22, and they had to pick.
I read that in Albridge. I didn't know that existed. I never heard of that.
Yeah, that's what I read, and that's the reason. Apparently, that was the reason why some of the players never travelled. He had to pick some, and it just so happened it was him. That's what I'm hearing anyway. You know, I obviously will never know until somebody comes out and actually explains it all to us. But that's what I believe. So I think Candeias, I think he's still got another year in his contract, and I think Rangers would be quite. I think they'd be quite happy to keep him for the year, because he's not a bad wee player for us. I'm not saying he's the best in the world, but he's been no bad wee player for us, truth be told. He's quick and he works well with Tavernier, you know.
He's well liked with the support, but I think they can see his limitations, you know.
Correct.
You know, you can see his limitations. Everybody admires his work ethic, and he does work hard for the team, you know, but we're trying to move on, and that's the unfortunate thing. Popular players are going to be left behind, Stardog.
Aye, that's it, Ox. If you're no good enough, you're no good enough. I mean, I think he's 31 now. So, I mean, last year should have been 29, 30 at the peak of your career. So, it didn't feature a hell of a lot last year for us. I mean, he made all the subs appearances and things like that, and he did shine out in a couple of games, and he scored a lucky goal. I think it was against Dundee and things like that, or Hamilton it was. So, I mean, it didn't feature a hell of a lot last year for us either. He wasn't like a mainstay in the squad, and I think that, I mean, he went out and got 3 players for that position this year. That speaks volumes to me, so it does. So, I think we'll be, even maybe for a loan to get him off the books or whatever, if we have to go down that route so that we're not paying all his wages. I mean, I wouldn't like to think he's on £10,000 a week. Stephen Davis is only supposed to be on £12,000 a week, man. That's crazy if he's on 10k a week, but of course he's happy at Rangers if he's getting paid that amount of money. Do you know what I mean? He's going to say that. He's going to say he's delighted. I'd be delighted with £10,000 a week. But he's just not got the end product.
Fox will be sorting you out, mate. Money will not be an object for you.
Aye. And my
What's it
wildest
like,
dreams.
Bridgeman, when Fox takes you under his wing?
I love it. I love it, pal.
Well, aye. Is it? I found he's making it to the game on Sunday. I was going to take the wee man up, so I was. But when I heard Doc saying there's still tickets going for Thursday, I might even just skip Sunday and just get a couple of tickets for Thursday because the wee man's going to his first Rangers game, so he is.
All right, you need to take him to the bistro.
Oh, I'll be coming to the bistro. Don't you worry about that.
Take him to the bistro. Take the wee man to the bistro. They always weigh in the weigh-ins. You go back with a lot of dough. Bridgeman's always good for a score.
But,
Absolutely.
What do you think? Drink it would be a safe bet just to go up there Thursday during the day. Drink I'd still be able to get a ticket, Ox.
I would think so, mate. The wife's looking through. But all I would do is check the website every day, mate. The ticket website online, mate, and see what tickets are still available. That would be the best thing for me if you were want to make a last minute decision. That makes sense, Rudy, doesn't it?
Aye, definitely. Just keep a wee eye. I think, did you see about 40 so far, Ox? Aye.
Aye, roughly, mate, without counting all the empty seats, you know.
I was going to go to the friendly on Sunday with him, but I reckon it'll be a bit empty. I want him to experience a bit of an atmosphere. So Thursday would be ideal.
Aye, well, arguably, I was going to say a competitive match all there, but I'd be stretching a bit against that team in the second leg, wouldn't I?
Aye, it's going to be anything but competitive. All I'm worrying about is that second leg, and as they start getting a bit naughty, you know what I mean, and start leaning about in. That's the only thing I'm concerned about, because I've seen the day that there's some wee naughty things going on. You're going, oh, especially that one in Ojo. You're going, that's out of order, mate. Come on, you should have been a red card. So that's all my concern is for the return leg, that they might do somebody a bit of damage, and I'll be really, really upset if that happens.
Aye. It's just a case of making them chase the ball, and then sometimes that's the trouble. Sometimes you're playing teams that are no quality, they lay the boot in, and that's how you get stupid injuries, and hopefully it's not any key players. But I know what you're saying, I take your point on board. Bridgeman, I don't believe it. We've reached that time of the evening.
What a marvellous night, by the way. Really, really good. Smashing discussions. And of course, our team won and won handsomely. So, what can I say? But to other Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is, we've got to keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers still need us. Big style. They need it. Keep it going.
Yeah. Can I thank the boys that joined us tonight on the panel? I thank Fox and Old School Boy in the background doing the technical hook. Big shout out to Fox. This is the wee bit of drama in the last day or so. Hope everything's all right, mate. Hope you're keeping fine. To everybody listening on Rangers Radio, we'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11. Come on, Rangers. Take it away, Old School Boy.
See them march on, marching on through the years of history. Hear the boys